You're watching CAD Roll Hunter, and today I've got $500 in Canadian Looney $1 coins we're going to hunt. I am on the hunt for King Charles III. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter, and I went to the bank today and asked for some Loonies and I got some. They couldn't give me a full box, and normally I would only take a full box, $1,000. But you know what? I haven't found a King Charles III Looney in circulation yet, and I don't think I can wait. I want to get through these. I think there's a really good chance. The Mint announced back in December that King Charles III would actually be on circulating Canadian coins. They made this announcement from the Mint in Winnipeg. They were showing images of the Looney being struck, and the assumption by many at the time was that it would be only the Looney that would be in common circulation. Now, these were released at the very end of the year. We're pretty certain they're going to be pretty low mintage, but as it turned out, in the ensuing weeks, coin roll hunters and collectors started reporting getting nickels, dimes, quarters, and loonies, and maybe even toonies in their change. And so it looks like there's a pretty decent chance of being able to find something. I'm hoping we're going to find one in here. That would be incredible. I haven't found any in circulation yet, and I've seen other collectors posting, so I just can't wait. So we're going to get in here. Of course, there's lots of other things we can find in here. We can find some low mint, there's some errors, there's some varieties, colorized coins, but I really want to find one of these brand new 2023 King Charles III Loonies. So let's get into it. Okay, first roll. If you're a hockey fan, this one's a cool one. This is 2017, 100 years of the Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club. It's pretty low mint, 5,150,000 of those were minted. I've got some of these. This isn't in terrible shape, but we could probably do finding one better than that one. But if you like hockey, you can't do better than that. Roll number two, there's a pretty decent 1992. This is the sesquicentennial, 125 years of Confederation. Pretty shiny after all these years. These tend to get really dull, like some of the ones that you can see here over time. There's a good example of one that's been really well circulated. So it's not common that we'd find them quite as good as this, but every once in a while you could find them perhaps as bright and shiny as this one's probably a brand new 2022, and it is. So that roll there, I stack them up and re-roll them as I go, and I always count, and if you can see what I see, it's only 24, so we were shorted in that one. That's why hunting loonies and toonies can get to be expensive. If you're short a nickel in a nickel roll, you're only down 5 cents. If you're short one coin in a roll in loonies, you're down $1. If that happens a few times, it adds up and adds up and adds up. It can cost you. So I've got to open up another roll to fill up this one before I can wrap it back up. But I'm already down $1. Roll number four, we're going to have a pretty shiny looking 2007. And I'm going to set this one aside because this could potentially be an upgrader in my album. It's circulated, but it's in pretty nice shiny condition. That might be a better looking coin than what I've got. We'll see. Roll five, there's a nice Vancouver 2010 Olympic commemorative. Another one I might need to just see if it potentially could upgrade in my collection. I'm trying to make that album better and better every time I do a hunt. And so far early on, I'm finding a lot of really nice shiny ones like this, and I flipped them over, and so far they've all been 2022s. I just need to see one 2023 with DG Rex and Charles III on it. That's what I'm hoping for. Very last coin of that roll, and we're going to have a low mint. This is a 2022. This is Canadian jazz pianist legend Oscar Peterson, the non-colorized version. This coin was only minted at 1 million, and we found one. That is pretty awesome. Well, we're halfway through that hunt, and we haven't found a whole lot, so I thought this might be a good time to show you a few things that I picked up very recently. Though, incidentally, I will mention that that last roll was up by 1 Looney, so I've got a roll ready to go, but I'm short 3. Well, there's the 3 I've set aside, so we're back up to par, so that's good. But I want to show you a few things. I went to the latest meeting of the Waterloo Coin Society, and I picked up a few things. The first thing I'll highlight is this right here. This is $100, and somebody just gave it to me. Well, why did they give it to me? This is not real. This is a counterfeit note. More particularly, what people are calling this is Chinese training money. I'm not exactly sure what that means. It's very similar, I think, to the kind of money they would print for movie sets. I don't really know what the particular use case of this is, why it's produced, or what the legitimate use of it is. But what I can say is that people actually pass these in circulation in real life. It looks a lot like a $100 bill. It is the right size and shape. To the untrained eye or people who don't look closely at their money, this looks like a real $100 bill. You can find examples online all the time of people who have taken these in. Somebody buys a small item, you give them their $90 in change and the item, and later you find that you've got this bill. And if you look closely, you'll see that it's got these Chinese characters printed right on it. On the back, same thing. You'll see some characters on the back. It's got some additional lines in the corners that you might note, one on each side. So some markings that would suggest it's not real, and it doesn't feel like real money. It just feels like actually like very thin, smooth paper. It doesn't have the right texture of a note that's actually been printed in the same process that they use for real notes. In any case, that was really cool. One of the members just gave it to me. I said I'd be interested just to have that and, you know, show you guys. So I've got that. That's one thing. Something else, I won a door prize. So I just bought a ticket. I won a door prize, and there were a bunch of things there, but I picked up this one. The reason for that, these are Blue Nose dimes, all 2021, and some of them are lower mintage, these Blue Nose under sale, but I have lots of them. If you've been watching my dime hunts, I've found these regularly. I stopped setting aside the double dates, but I have never found the 2021 single date. Somebody's written right on it here, scarce. This is a BU, brilliant uncirculated example. And this is one I'm still hoping to find in a hunt in circulation. This is just the classic design. I think that's just that mark is just on the case itself. This is just the classic design. It's the same as all the other dimes, but it was not made for circulation. It was only made in sets or special mint wrap rolls. And I've never found one, so that was really cool. It's a little spot in my collection that I've filled out. So, and the rest of these, I might have to find someone to give them to because I've got tons of them, but these are all BU, brilliant uncirculated 2021 dimes. The other thing, now this one I didn't get at the meeting. I actually purchased this from another collector who I think found this or had a roll. I didn't pay a lot for it. I can't recall off the top of my head, but I might have paid, oh, I might have paid $8 or $9 with shipping, of course. But this is a 2006 P. So this one here has the little P composition mark. That means multiply plated steel, so it's not copper. But the 2006 P is really low mint and hard to get. Now just watch in my next penny hunt, I'll just find one. But I hadn't found one of these, and I thought, you know what? I'd like to get a really nice example. This is like straight out of a roll, and so it's just in beautiful condition. I might think about getting this one graded. It looks like it's going to grade in a high MS. It just looks fantastic. And the other things that I got here, I managed to buy. There are a bunch of dealers that come out to the meeting, or collectors who also sell coins. And I bought some Newfoundland silver. Now, I didn't pay the price that's on these. I paid actually $15 for all 4 of them. But I'll just highlight these here. So this is a 5-cent Newfoundland from 1912. It's going to feature King George V, not in terrible condition. That is a pretty cool old coin, 112 years old, that I really got for a couple bucks, which is pretty awesome. And these are also really, really low mint. I'm actually going to grab my Charlton guide and find the mintages because it's really interesting to know how low mint these are and how accessible they are in terms of price. So whoever put this in the flip here decided this was a VG coin, might very well be. And if we look here at a 1912 of VG, they put it at a few dollars, and I paid a little bit less than that. But look at the mintages, 300,000. All of these are really, really low. That's incredible. And look at the prices in circulated condition. They're extremely accessible. Like under $10, you could probably get any of these. And the mintages, look at the 1919C. The C meant it was minted in Canada, by the way. And most of Canadian currency or coins was actually minted in London, England at the time. That's what the C meant. But check that out, 100,844. And who knows how many or how few are actually still left. So these are really, really low mint. So moving on to these 10 cents, 1912, Newfoundland 10-cent coin. This is sterling silver, by the way. And if we take a look, it's minted at 150,000, and I essentially paid $4 for this, so probably, you know, in about here. Somebody put a G on here. I think it's a little bit better than that, but that's a really low mintage coin for a really low price. The other one here is a 1919 C, 54,000. Just think about that, 54,000. I don't know how many of these are still left, but I've got one in my collection and I paid $4 for it. That's just crazy. This last one here is a 1942, 10 cents here from Newfoundland. This is in a little bit better condition than the others. It might be a VF. What is really interesting about these Newfoundland coins is that they featured a portrait of King George VI that wasn't used on Canadian coinage. This crown portrait was used in other countries in the Commonwealth, but not in Canada. The coins from this era in Canada showed the uncrowned king. And so this is just a neat picture that we have on this coin. And again, pretty low mintage. It's 292,736 were minted. Again, I don't know how many are left, but I've got one in pretty nice condition in my collection. So that's pretty cool. With that, let's get back to our loonies and see if we can find our new king, King Charles III, in here. I'm really hoping so. Roll number 13 is going to give us a first-year loonie in 1987. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. It still has some mint luster. It hasn't gone dark like a lot of them do at this age. I'm not going to hold on to it. It's not nice enough, I think, for me to keep. I want to find one that is really uncirculated. This one still has some wear on it, and it's got a bit of the ring of death at the top, so we can do better than that. But a first-year loonie, nonetheless, in pretty decent shape. They're fewer and farther between these days, that's for sure. Roll number 15. I know more than a few of you were pretty upset when I highlighted that Toronto Maple Leafs coin earlier. Not everybody's a Leafs fan. Some of you are Habs fans, and so to just balance things out a bit, I'm going to bring into the mix here this 2009 commemorative highlighting the 100th anniversary of the Montreal Canadiens Hockey Club, Les Habitants, the Habs as they're known. So there you go. Justice, balance restored. Well, how do you like that very next roll? And it looks like the Canadiens have taken the lead. I don't know. We haven't got a whole lot left here to see if we can settle the score. Roll number 19 of this 20-roll hunt, and we've got another low mint one. This one's minted at $3 million. This is the 2019 Equality. Not necessarily one that I would keep, and it's pretty circulated, not in great condition necessarily. We would want to find one that is really, really nice. And we're getting down towards the end of the hunt here. We just have another roll after this one, and I keep finding these really nice ones, and I'm hoping to turn it over and see King Charles III. And again, I'm thwarted. Every time they're pretty nice looking 2022s. See another one back here. We really want to see 2023 and King Charles on there. And we might not find them here. I know they're circulating in the Toronto area. I'm in southwestern Ontario. Well, here's another shot right here. And I don't know if they're as prominent out here. That's actually a pretty nice looking 2019. I think I've got one in my collection. I don't need another one, but not a 2023, unfortunately. Just getting down to the end of things here, there is a lucky loonie. It's an Olympic commemorative. If I flip it over, we can see that is a 2014, not in great condition. And it looks like that might be the end of the road for us. We'll just look at these last ones together here and see what we've got. There's a 21, another 2022, and that's really going to do it. So we didn't find much in this. We found an Oscar Peterson, so that's a good find. That's low mint, just $1 million. A couple I'm going to check against the collection, and then I just pulled across or aside another two here that looked pretty nice. We'll see. But that was it. And you know what? That's just the way coin roll hunting goes. We didn't get any colored coins. We didn't get anything other than the one, we didn't get too many low mint. We didn't find a lot of commemoratives necessarily, or at least not ones worth looking at. That's just the way coin roll hunting goes. You got to take the bad with the good. Sometimes the good can be great. Sometimes the bad can be, well, you just saw it right now. So I'm glad I had a few other things to show you along the way, just to show you something interesting and cool. But in any case, that's just the way it is. And I try to give you a very unvarnished view of coin roll hunting. I actually publish all of my hunts. And so you'll see all the good and you'll see all the bad. So you get a really good sense of what is actually out there and what you can actually find. There are probably other YouTube channels that sensationalize coin roll hunting and pretty much just focus on all the really good stuff, or really overhype the value or the rarity of what are otherwise just common coins. But that's just the way things are. I really hope to make my videos informative and educational and interesting for you as you're learning along with me about coins. If you enjoy my content and you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, CAD Roll Hunter. I'd appreciate that. And don't forget to like the video. That's the best thing you can do to help my channel. It makes sure that other people see my videos. And you want to hit the notification bell to find out when my new videos are coming out. I have new videos coming out all the time. Thank you so, so much for watching. You know, I always appreciate it. I will see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.